Hello and welcome back to Almost Cult Classics, the podcast for another Sidetracks episode. My name is Joe Ramone, and I'm joined, as always, by my friend and co-host Ryan Lancello.
It's my name.
Ryan, earlier this week, I stumbled upon a magical website called Cameo.com.
I've never heard of this.
Cameo is a website where celebrities can essentially record personalized video messages for their fans and their fans' families, kind of like as a birthday gift. Say you want your mom's a big Eric Roberts fan and you want to have her receive a personalized video message from Eric Roberts. He can get the request. He can record himself on his iPhone and send it along to mom as a birthday gift. Ryan, you know me. In my youth, and I haven't done it in a long time, I was a big fanboy.
You're still a big fanboy.
I'm still a big fanboy, but I used to do a lot of conventions. I used to meet a lot of celebrities. The last one I did was in 2018 for Rick Moranis.
Okay.
And
oh God, the stories you told me about that were the other people. I'll put it to you that way.
Man, it was nuts. But yeah, I had to go to Texas for it, and honestly, it was like Rick Moranis. I wasn't sure if he was ever going to appear in anything ever again.
Where was he? San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Okay. Great town, by the way. Love anyone in San Antonio. Love you guys.
And it was just such a debacle. I promised myself I would retire from doing the celebrity convention meet and greet.
Whoa. That's fine, but you must tell our listeners why it was such a debacle.
I wouldn't say debacle. It was poorly managed, and it was just like there was a lot of people there that I was like I didn't want to be quite associated with. That weren't there for Rick. It was just it was such a mess, and it was so poorly run.
But he does so little stuff. Why was he at that?
Because someone talked him into it for a boatload of money,
you think
probably.
So?
Of course. And he was just like, oh, whatever. I'll
so
go.
You went?
I went. It was meeting him was cool.
Did you experience the city at all?
Yeah,
it's a great town.
It's fun.
A great town.
Riverwalk.
Oh yeah, it's a great town.
But I went on and I became fascinated by the different caliber of celebrity stature that's on this website. And I started to dive into it and figure out, okay, essentially what this is celebrities evaluating their own self-worth. There's not much to go on besides that. I'm sure Cameo gets a cut. I don't know if their agent gets a cut. I don't know how it works.
I don't either.
But essentially, they can pick the price and, have fans jump in for video message.
Sure.
So I went through and just picked out a few names, and I'm going to see if Ryan can evaluate what these celebrities think they're worth for a video message for a friend or family member.
Okay, let's see if I can do it.
The prices on this range from $50 to $1,000.
Okay.
So that's your scale right there.
Okay. But you have to give me you got to give me a multiple choice, I feel like almost.
Let's start and see how close you get. You a big Cheers fan?
No, you've narrowed it down for me. I'm picking a Cheers person.
No, I'm going to tell you who the person is. You're going to tell me how much they're...
Oh, okay. I see what we're doing
the other
here.
way around.
Okay, gotcha.
George Wendt. Norm.
$100.
$125.
All right.
Now, he has a second option where you can have a 10-minute Zoom call with him.
Oh, that's got to be more.
How much does he want for the 10-minute Zoom call?
$400.
$450. You
Look
can
at
do
that.
this.
Look at that.
Ryan, Mr. French Stewart.
So I have to say this. French Stewart is a big punchline for me and my buddies. He was in a movie called Love Stinks.
Oh, I remember that.
And there's a couple movies that me and my friends always joke about, and that's one of them. And French Stewart, I'm doing the face right now.
Blowing his cheeks out.
Well, not only that, he was a spokesman for Clamato at one point, which is a clam tomato juice.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay, so French Stewart, what is he charging? He cannot be charging more than $75.
French Stewart, $100.
I hope he makes it. Nothing against him, but French. You know what's funny? French Stewart was in one of the just a phenomenal movie that it's really hard to watch more than once. Is Leaving Las Vegas. He's in that.
Yeah.
That's
a tough movie to watch more than once.
Such a good movie, though, man.
Ryan, we were talking about Seinfeld earlier. Seinfeld actor Danny Woodburn, Mickey, on Seinfeld.
Plays Mickey, the short little person.
little person on Seinfeld.
Which is I always loved about how he was portrayed on Seinfeld. Like they acknowledged it, but they didn't. Mm-hmm. He was just there.
Yeah, he's a good actor too.
I'll say he's at. I don't want to make a short joke and make it so he's like $50, so I'll say $200.
Danny Woodburn can be your video cameo for $65.
I should have went with my gut. You always go with your gut, people. I would have been Price is Right on that one.
Ryan, now this to me, of this list of people, if gun to my head, take finances out of it, if I could pick someone to receive a message from, it'd be Mr. John Cleese.
John Cleese is on Cameo.
John Cleese is on Cameo.
Oh, he's got to be charging a couple hundred. But he seems like he's a fairly sensible fellow. I'll say $150.
John Cleese wants $495.
Yeah.
Now, John Cleese also has the special 10-minute Zoom call. For how much?
It's got to be $1,000.
It is $1,000. You're right.
Yeah, right on the money, right?
Right on the money.
Yeah, come on.
Ryan, we both love The Sopranos. And there's a character on The Sopranos who enjoys his Johnny cakes.
Oh, it's not that actor.
What is the actor?
Wait, is it Vito? Or
is it Vito?
Oh, so little backstory on him. Do you realize every actor hates that motherfucker? Everyone that was on the show hates whoever played Vito. What's his name?
I only have Vito written down.
Vito Spatafora.
It's something like that.
Do you realize remember when his character died, he was sodomized by a pool cue.
Right.
He started advertising.
He was selling
pool cues. Yeah. Everyone hates him.
I'm sure.
They all don't like him.
What does he want for a cameo message?
Oh, it's $500. He
wants $199.
Okay.
You're losing it. I got to bring you back into it.
All right. I'm surprised. I would have thought he would have went higher. $199's high.
I know you talk about The Shining a lot.
Love The Shining. Brilliant.
You know, in The Shining, there's two twins that appear in the hallway, the creepy twins. They're on Cameo. What do the twins want? Now remember, they got to split this.
It's both of them, though.
Both of them will send you a message, even though they don't talk in the movie, but they're going to do a cameo for you.
$60.
$125.
Okay, so I was kind of...
If you would double it...
I was almost right. I could get one of them for that.
Previous podcast movie discussion on Chevy Chase, he's on Cameo.
Oh, he's got to be overcharging. So what does he do?
He's little video message. What do you mean? What does he do?
Will he read a script? Like, that's the other thing too. Will they read script? Like, it's up to them.
It
right?
is usually from, and I dug into it a little bit. They will pretend to be the character without, because legally they can't say, "Hey, it's blank from The Office here."
Sure.
So,
but like, will they read something you write for them?
Correct. They can within reason. It's usually like, "Hey, Doris, I want to tell you."
No, but some of them won't. Right?
I don't know how it works. But usually, they're not going to say, "Hey, all you fuckers out." And they're going to be. It's usually "Happy birthday to Maud" or something like that.
I have a feeling. I think he has money, but I think he needs money. I don't even like Chevy. I just hate dunking on him. Like, I don't know. I'll say $150.
Chevy Chase wants $500.
Why did I go against my gut?
Luis Guzman.
Wait, hold on a second. Chevy wants $500 per cameo.
Yes.
He probably gets on and goes, "Hey, remember when I did the Gerald Ford?"
Again, they're reading a message that is requested of them.
If he reads if I wrote like something crazy.
No, he probably would not read it.
Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't read it.
Right.
So that's ridiculous to pay $500.
No, essentially Luis
Guzman.
$100. $150. So
okay,
very close.
That's I figured. I would maybe shell that out for him to. We could probably just get him on the show for $150.
Seeing this actually, not only, I actually thought this. We could get this guy on the show. One, because we love him and have talked about him before. And two, he just seems like a great, fun guy. Mike Starr.
Oh, he's got to be under 100. I hope. I would love to have. I'd like to talk to him.
Mike Starr, we talked about in Cabin Boy,
we talk
Dumb and
about
Dumber,
how,
great
like,
character actor.
We'd like to get. I mean, I'm sure me and you would be okay with interviewing people. Like, we're sensible guys, but
what does Mike Starr want?
Gotta be $60.
$50. Seeing that was so humbling. It made me like Mike Starr that much more.
He's great.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Black Dynamite?
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. Long time, but
he's like the guy. He's one of the white guys. That's the villain. It's so good.
All right, here's a couple out of left field ones that I didn't even expect to see on this site. Jackie Mason.
Jackie Mason? Ooh, like that Jackie Mason? Yeah. Oh, he's got to be $200.
$360.
Yeah, I know he was going to be charging a lot.
Star of our next movie discussed on the show, Wise Guys, comedian Joe Piscopo.
Oh, $200.
$250.
Yeah,
very
good.
Good.
Easy. These guys are not.
Only got a couple more. Brent Spiner. You're a big Next Generation fan.
So it's funny, like, for years, like, you know, I grew up with Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I was a Star Wars guy. I do not like Star Wars anymore. I think it's...
No one does.
Brent Spiner is so awesome as Data. He's so good as Data. I would hope he's charging no more than $150.
Brent Spiner is charging $250.
Oh, I get it. He can't get... you gotta
Wait, there's more. Brent Spiner is also doing the 10-minute Zoom call.
For how much?
You tell me.
$1,000.
Yep. On the nose.
On the money?
That seems to be like... A lot of them seems to break at $1,000 for the Zoom call, which still seems
how much
asinine
is
to
the
me.
Zoom? Like
10 minutes.
Oh, you get to talk to them for 10 minutes?
You get to talk to them for 10 minutes.
What do you have to say? Like,
I have no idea.
Like, look, I get Trekkies, and like I understand.
I have
like,
no
fandom,
idea what you could
like,
want to say to these people for 10 minutes. I think it would be awkward and just, you know, a lot when
for $1,000. My God.
Last episode, not guest, but we talked about Randy Quaid.
Oh, it's got to be a $200.
Randy Quaid wants $1,000 for a cameo.
Just a cameo. Good for him. He should overprice.
That's pretty much it. So
because he's in that nutso frame now.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not charge a crazy amount?
Well, so yeah, that's that. For me, it was Mike Starr at 50. And by the way, you can also, I didn't want to include the price. You can also send them basically an email for like, and Mike Starr was like $3. So I might reach out and just send him a link to our Cabin Boy, timestamp it.
Honestly, like, here's the thing. Like, we've talked about having guests on the show and shit. Me and Joe really like just having the show, me and Joe. Like, it's me and Joe bullshitting. So, like, I wouldn't have a problem talking to Mike Starr.
I would love talking about them shooting Cabin Boy with him in the miniatures and
like, not only that, like,
the clown and Uncle Buck.
Mike Starr's been in fucking
Ed Wood.
Goodfellas, Ed Wood. Like, it would just be fun. Like Black Dynamite. Like, it would just be fun talking to Mike Starr. So I don't know.
I might reach out.
Maybe we'll do that.
You know, because that's someone that relates to episodes probably past and future that we're going to do, and it would just be great.
I would love to interview Mike Starr for our audience.
Yeah,
I love our audience. By the way, I don't know if we say that enough. I can't thank you guys enough for listening.
You can go on cameo.com/almost cult classics, and for Ryan and I will talk to you on Zoom for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
there's a section on there for internet personalities. So, hey, but yeah, that's our little game on Cameo, what celebrities are charging for themselves. I started going to conventions when I think I was about like 11 or 10 years old. And back then it was so, I don't want to say new because they had been a thing, but it wasn't what it was today. It was way less, you know, of a spectacle. And I remember...
It was different. And not only that, it was more, I feel like meeting celebrities at conventions was more, it was definitely... And this is not to be derogatory or anything, but it was like a Trekkie thing.
Yeah, well, and I remember the first one.
That was the big deal of it.
The first one I went to, the biggest star, both metaphorically and physically, was Peter Mayhew. And
Chewie.
I remember
Chewbacca.
Meeting him as a huge 10-year-old Star Wars fan. I was like, and I remember $20 he charged for an autograph and a picture, same package. And the following year, I met Richard Kiel, Jaws from the James Bond movies.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Did you really?
Yeah.
How old was he when you met him?
He wasn't that bad, but he put his giant... I have the picture. He put his giant hands on my head and held it. It was awesome because he's in Silver Streak. I loved him in so many things.
He's a big man, though,
but
right?
Same thing, like $20, picture, autograph.
Do you have those?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to put this out on
The
Twitter or
Richard
something.
Gill one I've shared before, and Peter Mayhew, I got to find it. But yeah, now it's like, I mean, you'll spend like, you got to pay like $150 to get just the autograph now. Like, it's insane.
Look, I don't knock them for that. I get it.
No, they got to make a living. They're
Especially
doing it.
if you're you've been typecast and you can't get work anymore. I get it.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
You've never done any of those conventions. Have you ever met someone you admired or a celebrity like that? As a kid, especially.
So I probably would have went the fanboy route like you, but I never got into it. But there was one instance where if I had, it totally stopped me. It was when the X Games came to Philadelphia. And, I was a big skateboarder. I was really into that scene, the whole thing. Like, I skated and, like, whatever. And the X Games came to Philly, and holy shit, like, let's all go. So one of my buddies' dads took us all down. And all the skaters were there and whoever else were signing autographs. And at the time, Vin Diesel had Triple X coming out, the movie, which was quite frankly, I'd never seen the film, but it was he was like an extreme sports spy, like type guy, like, right? That was like the whole premise of the film, right?
I have no idea. Whatever.
He was there, and he wasn't as big as he was now, necessarily. He's kind of a weird guy. He's gone ebbed and flowed, like... By the way, I think Chronicles of Riddick is an awesome movie. I think that movie's great. Pitch Black is really good too, but I think Chronicles of Riddick is awesome. Like the one where, whatever.
The middle one.
Yeah, I think it's great. I didn't see anything after that, but I thought that...
He does have a very weird fucking career.
And I almost respect him for that. That said, he basically turned me off celebrities forever, and I don't hold it against him. I understand it, but I just... don't give a fuck about celebrities because of him in a weird way.
How old are you at this point?
I had to be 14, 15, 16, somewhere in there, somewhere in that three.
Okay.
I can't quite remember. I'd have to look up when the X Games were in Philly and, extrapolate it to my age. But I was a kid. I was a teenage kid. And I'd never met any celebrities before. So we're there, and when you went in, they gave you a book where you could get celebrity. Because, dude, you could walk up to your favorite skateboarder, and they were all there signing autographs. So Vin Diesel's there, and he's wearing this tank top, and it's got the Triple X logo on it. And I'm like, oh, and here's the best thing is, like, I'm recognizing Vin Diesel from Saving Private Ryan. Like, I'm like, oh my God, it's him from Saving Private Ryan. He was fantastic in that film. He's really good in it. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Vin Diesel. Like, and I think it was the first autograph I went to go get. So I'm kind of in a little line, and I get up to him.
So there are other people who are getting the autograph before you.
Of course, absolutely.
It wasn't just like you came out of nowhere and he was by himself for like lunch or something.
It was there. It was set up in so many words. Like it was loose. Things weren't as stratified as they are now, if that's the best way to put it. But so he's there, and I'm waiting in line, and it's so funny because he's got the Triple X
embarrassing
tank top on. But I get up to him, I hand him my book, I hand him the pen, and he takes both, and he looks at them, and then he looks up at me, and he goes, "Cap off!" And I'm a kid. So I'm like, huh? And he goes, "You hand me the pen, cap off."
What a dick.
And I'm like, what? I'm like, huh? And like, I don't know. I can't
Did you do it for him?
I can't quite remember. Either I took it off or he took it off. Regardless, I do remember
It wasn't a bit. He was 100% serious.
As far as I know. I mean, he may have been being like, cheeky asshole. But regardless, I remember the outcome. He signed it. I took the book and I swiftly put it in the trash. And that was the end of me trying to get autographs from celebrities.
That's really unfortunate.
And that was, I was a kid. I'm in my 30s now, and I don't give a fuck if you sign my shit. There's tons of shit I'd like to get signed, but, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. But, dude, I'm telling you, it was so funny. It was like, I respect my young self for taking that autograph book and putting it into the garbage.
Of course.
I did not care. And it's
like,
gone.
And
cap off. I'll never forget him going, cap off. And he, not only that, he said cap off. And he looked away. He wouldn't look at me.
Oh my God.
He didn't look at me. He looked.
It's not even like he said, "Can you take this off?"
He turned his head and went, "Cap off." I'm like,
Fucking
what?
asshole.
And it was so annoying to me because I wanted to be like, I loved you so much in Saving Private Ryan. Like, I loved it because he played like the Italian guy.
Yeah.
If you remember. I forget. I want to say, I hate to say that because we were just talking about, I want to say it was Nardoza, but
That's Michael Richards. And
in the Michael Richards show was Vic Nardoza.
I remember, like,
Look it up. Look it up. Joe's in front of his computer right now. He's going to look it up real
as
quick.
a kid, I remember seeing this movie where, like, he played a mobster on trial that was actually really good.
I remember
Plead
seeing
Me
the
Guilty or something.
trailer for
Find
that
Me
movie,
Guilty?
and I think it was Find Me Guilty.
It is
thought
Find
it
Me
was
Guilty.
the most laughable. I remember laughing at that with people.
His character in Private Ryan is Adrian Caparzo. Caparzo.
Caparzo, yeah.
He's in
it's funny,
Awakenings?
Look, I think he can act. Like, I don't think he's a shitty actor.
He's
as a
coming up.
person, I don't know him.
Yeah.
But I forgive him. I will watch him in films. I have to reiterate, like, I wanted to be like, I thought you were one of the best parts of Saving Private Ryan. Like, I wanted to say that to him, and instead he went, "Cap
Well, also,
off," and it stopped me, and I put that fucking thing right. I literally walked to a trash can, put it right in.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry you had the interaction.
Cap off.
In case our listeners are wondering, Vin Diesel will not be appearing on the podcast.
No, I would love to talk to him about it. Because he probably, like, honestly, like anyone else, he was probably like, I don't feel like fucking being here.
Dude,
like,
he didn't have to a kid, though. Come on.
Hey.
Cap off. I can understand if he just didn't acknowledge you and signed it.
Joe.
But that he said cap off.
Joe, I was like, but not only that, like, he wouldn't.
He didn't even make eye contact.
No, he turned his head. Like, he was like talking to nobody. Like, so I'm like, is he talking to me? Like, I'm a kid. I didn't know how to react. So I was like, I don't know. It all worked out.
It all worked out.
And here's the thing. I don't hate the guy. I don't hate him.
No, it's an unfortunate
But
thing.
it was just, if I ever meet him, I'll be like, you're a real piece of shit to me once.
If anyone knows Vin Diesel, any of our listeners,
Whatever. He'd probably be like, well, I was a shit. I honestly think that. I don't think he's a bad dude. I don't know him. Once again, how many times do I say this? They're not people. They're not. And especially when they have to go out and interact, they're not.
they're doing their job, and not the fun part of it.
I would not have done that. I was shocked.
I'm sure.
Because he wasn't even that big then.
Yeah, this is 2002 Vin Diesel. Like, what do you... Well, in any event, I got some celebrity interaction stories I'm going to have to save for a separate episode. But if you enjoyed this episode, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/almostcultclassics. We have a few bonus discussions, sidetracks. We're going to put some polls on there.
Not only that, I feel like we're going to start doing... I really want people to start sending in their movie theater memories.
Yeah, we do.
Because there's
a lot
the
of
one
movie
I
theater
might do on the next episode. Philly, I don't know if I already brought this up, but Philadelphia had one of the last actual porno theaters in the country. And I went in there with a few friends one night.
Don't.
No, but I just want to say that's one thing. I think the next episode we'll talk about
Ryan
that.
told a great story about being thrown out of snakes on a plane. I took a high school date to an Oliver Stone movie. So check us out on Patreon. We'd appreciate it.
But guys, send your shit in. Like, I'd love to read our listeners.
Yeah, I would love to read your movie theater
memories.
So if you have any like really weird movie theater experiences, memories, almostcultclassics@gmail.com, or you can find us on Patreon, patreon.com/almostcultclassics.
As always, thanks for listening, guys. We love you.
We'll see you next time.